Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishna. Letters of Swami Vivekananda. Arise, awake, onward. I only tell you this, that whoever reads this letter will imbibe my spirit. Have faith, onward. Swami Vivekananda. Letter number 135 to Miss Mary Hale from Airlie Lodge, Ridgeway Gardens, Wimbledon, England, 17th September 1896. Dear sister, today I reached London after my 2 months of climbing and walking and glacier seeing in Switzerland. One good it has done me. A few pounds of unnecessary adipose tissue have returned back to the gaseous state. Well, there is no safety even in that, for the solid body of this birth has taken a fancy to outstrip the mind towards infinite expansion. If it goes on this way, I would have soon to lose all personal identity even in the flesh, at least to all the rest of the world. It is impossible to express my joy in words at the good news contained in Harriet's letter. I have returned to her today. I am sorry I cannot come over to see her married, but I will be present in fine body with all good wishes and blessings. Well, I am expecting such news from you and other sisters to make my joy complete. Now, my dear Mary, I will tell you a great lesson I have learnt in this life. It is this: the higher is your ideal, the more miserable you are. For such a thing as an ideal cannot be attained in the world, or in this life even. He who wants perfection in the world is a madman, for it cannot be. How can you find the infinite in the finite? Therefore, I tell you, Harriet will have a most blessed and happy life, because she is not so imaginative and sentimental as to make a fool of herself. She has enough of sentiment as to make life sweet, and enough of common sense and gentleness as to soften the hard points in life, which must come to everyone. So has Harriet McKinley in a still higher degree. She is just the girl to make the best of wives. Only this world is so full of idiots that very few can penetrate beyond the flesh. As for you and Isabel, I will tell you the truth, and my language is plain. You, Mary, are like a mettlesome Arab, grand, splendid. You will make a splendid queen, physically, mentally. You will shine alongside of a dashing, bold, adventurous, heroic husband. But my dear sister, you will make one of the worst of wives. You will take the life out of our easygoing, practical, plodding husbands of the everyday world. Mind, my sister, although it is true that there is more romance in actual life than in any novel, yet it is few and far between. Therefore, my advice to you is that until you bring down your ideals to a more practical level, you ought not to marry. If you do, the result will be misery for both of you. In a few months you will lose all regard for a commonplace, good, nice young man, and then life will become insipid. As to Sister Isabel, she has the same temperament as you, only this kindergarten has taught her a good lesson of patience and forbearance. Perhaps she will make a good wife. There are two sorts of persons in the world. The one, strong-nerved, quiet, yielding to nature, not given to much imagination, yet good, kind, sweet, etc. For such is this world. They alone are born to be happy. There are others again with high-strung nerves, tremendously imaginative, with intense feeling, always going high one moment and coming down the next. For them there is no happiness. The first class will have almost an even tenor of happiness. The last will have to run between ecstasy and misery. But of these alone what we call geniuses are made. There is some truth in the recent theory that genius is a sort of madness. Now, persons of this class, if they want to be great, they must fight to finish. Clear out the deck for battle. No encumbrance, no marriage, no children, no undue attachment to anything except the one idea, and live and die for that. I am a person of this sort. I have taken up the one idea Vedanta, and I have cleared the deck for action. You and Isabel are made of this metal, but let me tell you, though it is hard, you are spoiling your lives in vain. Either take up one idea, clear the deck, and to it dedicate the life, or be contented and practical, lower the ideal, marry, and have a happy life. Either bhoga or yoga, either enjoy this life or give up and be a yogi. None can have both in one. Now or never. Select quick. He who is very particular gets nothing, says the proverb. Now sincerely and really and forever determine to clear the deck for fight. Take up anything, philosophy or science or religion or literature, and let that be your God for the rest of your life. Achieve happiness or achieve greatness. I have no sympathy with you and Isabella. You are neither for this nor for that. I wish to see you happy as Harriet has well chosen. A great. Eating, drinking, dressing, and society nonsense are not things to throw a life upon, especially you, Mary. You are rusting away a splendid brain and abilities for which there is not the least excuse. You must have ambition to be great. I know you will take these rather harsh remarks from me in the right spirit, knowing I like you really as much or more than what I call you, my sisters. I had long had a mind to tell you this, and as experience is gathering, I feel like telling you. The joyful news from Harriet urged me to tell you this. I will be overjoyed to hear that you are married also and happy. So far as happiness can be had here, I would like to hear of you as doing great deeds. I had a pleasant visit with Professor Deussen in Germany. I am sure you have heard of him as the greatest living German philosopher. He and I traveled together to England and today came together to see my friend here, with whom I am to put up for the rest of my stay in England. He, Deussen, is very fond of talking Sanskrit and is the only Sanskrit scholar in the West who can talk in it. As he wants to get a practice, he never talks to me in any other language but Sanskrit. I have come over here amongst my friends, shall work for a few weeks and then go back to India in the winter. Ever your loving brother Vivekananda. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.